Hi guys, welcome back to Grow Machine. First of all, a very happy Diwali to everyone. Stay safe and be happy. The topic we are going to discuss today is something which is related to stock market and Diwali. Now you must be wondering what can be related between these two. But yes, today we are going to discuss something which is ultra critical. Now, India is a land of festivals and there are so many festivals throughout the year in different parts of the country. And do they have any impact on the stock market? That we are going to understand as part of this video. So before starting, do subscribe to this channel, press that bell icon to stay updated. As I always say, let's get started. Welcome back, everyone. As I said, that India is a land of festivals, and these Indian festivals have a very strong impact on the sentiment of Indian investors. And whenever there is an impact on the sentiment of investors, there is always a counter impact on the overall stock market. What we need to do as part of this video is to understand that what is the volume or the amplitude of this impact, because only then we will be able to understand whether the Indian festivals do have a strong impact on the stock market or not. Now, to start with, the first thing I would like to share with you is some observations we did over the period of many years. And the first of them is that during the festive season, overall demand for cash flow increases. Like all of you must agree that during these festive times, people go shopping and they purchase a lot of new things, and because of which they would need cash. And where does that come from? That comes from here. So there is an increase in or a rise in demand for cash flows. The second thing is that irrespective of the price, we observe that people invest a lot in gold and silver and other ornaments during festivals like Dhanteras, especially in South India, where gold is considered really auspicious. People invest a lot into gold, right? The third most important thing is that these festive dates are considered really auspicious for buying a new car or buying a new house, or let's say getting married. So all these things are really considered very auspicious, which leads to change in investor sentiments, right? um, Mahurat trading, like most of you might have heard of what Mahurat trading is. So Mahurat trading is something which happens every year on the day of Diwali, and it happens for 1 hour where the stock market opens and people invest. There are a lot of myths, or there are a lot of beliefs which are attached to this Mahurat trading. It is said that whoever invests during this Mahurat trading will get Lakshmi, right? That is one of the beliefs. There is another belief which says that the people who actually buy something during Mahurat trading, they actually don't sell that stock throughout their lifetime. So these are some beliefs, and these beliefs basically drive the Indian investors a lot, right? So we need to understand that impact as well. Okay. There is another thing which has been observed, that is a decline in stock purchase just before the festive period. So it happens so that just immediate, you consider any festival, you will see that just prior to the festive period, there is always a decline in the stock purchase, right? But yet, I would again bring you back to the main question. Now, let's think of stock market the way a finance individual or a person will think. Now, stock market is driven by what? Stock market is driven by foreign institutional investors, the forex market conditions, the interest rates, the inflation, the corporate decisions, etc., right? So what we need to understand, now that we have our observations, what we need to understand is which is more heavy. Is the Are the festive seasons or the festive dates, are they overpowering all these factors, or is it vice versa? Because whatever the case be, that will actually help us understand or identify a trend which will in turn contribute in our investment journey. So let's understand the effects as well. Now that we know the observations, there are certain things we try to jot down based on our observations. The number one being that, as I said, there is an increase in demand for cash flows. So basically, the investors, what they do is they liquidate their assets. Now for liquidating assets, they have to sell the shares or the stocks they currently hold. So when they sell their stocks, there is a sudden increase in supply of that particular stock. And this is considered as a very important factor whenever it comes to identifying the rise or fall of a stock, right? The next thing that we understood was that gold investment during Dhanteras always pushes the price up. So it has already always been observed that you will see that by the time the Dhanteras date approaches, you will see a sudden spike in gold price. It might not be that substantial, but yes, it has always been observed the same. Third important thing is that, let's say, marriage or new car purchase or new property purchase, these are lead to actually heavy liquidation of assets. So, and these have been happening over the period of years. So we have observed that these heavy purchases actually lead to heavy liquidation as well. And during if you observe few companies who are directly related to the overall festive period, you'll observe that many companies actually showcase abnormally high returns on the day of the festival and the day after. Post that, there have been observed many abnormalities, but yes, it does happen that just on the day and the day after, there has been a sudden spike in the prices or the returns for the companies. Now, when we actually understand all these effects, and based on the analysis that we did, what did we conclude? What is our observation? So, what we observed over the period is that there has the spike which we are talking of during the festive period is not that substantial, right? Even though when I say that there is a decline in purchase before the festive period, it happens, but the major rise or fall of a stock happens due to the investor sentiments, as I said, right? There is a decline in stock purchase, but the investors still have their trust intact. So that does not impact much on the overall picture for that particular stock. Now, if you ask me, what is my verdict, what is my observation, or what is my final decision to tell you, I would say that we do have seen a 70-30 proportion where we have seen 70% time the price of the stock or the gold or whatever asset you consider as, as an investment asset. um, we have observed that there has been a rise, but we have also seen 30% stocks falling, because many a times people, what they do is they buy gold just before Dhanteras and they try to sell it on the day or the day after Dhanteras, and they feel that it might give them higher returns. But it happens at times, it backfires at times. So my verdict to overall the observations and the effects I discussed will be that definitely there is an impact of festivals on the stock market, but it is not that significant. Even Mahurat trading during Diwali does not impact the stock market much. The primary reason which I could understand is that, first of all, there is no impact on the trust of the investors, because that is a major driving factor whenever it comes to a rise or fall of any particular stock. So there is no major impact because of these festivities, or sudden spike in purchases or sudden fall in the purchases. There is no direct impact on the overall sentiment of the investor. So the main thing which I can understand is that even if there are certain abnormalities, it happens due to the overall figures, or the overall figures that overall numbers that we talked of. That is the corporate decisions, or for institutional investors, or inflation, or the interest rates. So these are the prime reasons. So these are my take. This was my take on how Indian stock market is impacted because of Indian festivals. Let me know your comments below on what do you feel about how this particular sector is getting impacted, and please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and let us know what exactly you want on If you want to have a pattern or if you want to know some numbers, just let us know. Thank you for watching. Catch you up next time. Bye bye.